make the perfectly baked butterscotch chocolate cake. Well, this recipe might seem to be lengthy, but trust me, towards the end as you see the result, you'll be totally overwhelmed. So why wait? Let's get into the video. So for the coffee sponge, I'm going to start up by beating 4 egg yolks, with 20 grams of sugar. So let's whisk it all together until the sugar is completely dissolved. Next, I'm adding in 35 ml of corn oil, so let's give it a good mix. And at this point, I'm going to add in 70 ml of milk. So let's mix it all together once again. Next, I'm going to make some coffee, and for that I've taken 2 teaspoons of warm water. And to this, I'm going to add 3 tablespoons of instant coffee powder. So let's give it a good stir. And now I'm going to pour the coffee mixture into the batter. So let's whisk it all together. Next, I'm going to add in the dry ingredients. So for that, I have taken about 100 grams of cake flour. You can also call it self-raising flour. Also, I'm adding in quarter teaspoon of salt. So let's sieve it into the batter. Gently mix it all together. Make sure there's no any lumps are found. Next, to a separate bowl, I'm adding in 4 egg whites. So I'm going to beat the eggs with an electrical mixer. So let's give it a good mix. So once you see it really frothy, we can add in the sugar. So for this, I have taken 80 grams of sugar. So I'm going to add a little at once and mix it all together. I'm going to drop the whipped egg whites into the cake batter. So I'm adding a little at once. Also make sure that you are being really gentle while mixing it. So now I'm going to pour the cake batter into the whipped egg mixture. So let's mix it gently. So I'm going to pour this batter into a cake tray which I've already placed a parchment paper on it. And I'm going to bake this at 170 degrees for 40 minutes. Well, as our coffee sponge is ready, we can start making our butterscotch sauce. Well, for the butterscotch sauce, I'm going to use 6 tablespoons of salted butter. So for the butterscotch sauce, to a non-stick vessel, I'm adding in 1 cup of sugar. So I'm going to caramelize the sugar. Keep stirring it until it reaches a nice brown amber color. So at this point, I'm going to add in the 6 tablespoons of salted butter. Make sure the butter is in room temperature. And now I'm going to add in half a cup of whipping cream. So there you go, our butterscotch sauce is ready. And now it's time to make the chocolate ganache. So So for the chocolate ganache, I've taken 260 gram of milk chocolate chips. To this, I'm adding in 130 gram of salted butter. Next, I'm going to pour in 200 ml of whipping cream. So we're going to melt this all together by using the double boiling method. So once it's completely melted, I'm going to add in 2 tablespoons of vanilla extract. So mix it all together and we're going to refrigerate it for about 15 minutes. And now it's time to assemble everything. So first, I'm going to start up by leveling the cake. So make sure all your edges are really smooth. So next, I'm going to make a simple coffee syrup, and for that I've taken half teaspoon of coffee powder and 1 tablespoon of sugar. And to that I'm adding in about quarter teaspoon of water. So let's mix it all together. And now I'm going to brush the coffee syrup all over the cake. Well, now I'm going to place the chocolate ganache into a piping bag. So I'm going to pipe the chocolate ganache at the edges. And at the center, I'm going to pour in the butterscotch filling. So top it with the second layer of cake. And now I'm going to brush it also with the chocolate syrup. Next, it's time to crumb coat the cake with the chocolate ganache. Well, after 30 minutes, we can start frosting it. So once we frost it completely, we can start pouring over the butterscotch sauce. Well, it's just so gratifying looking at the butterscotch sauce dripping. And there you go, my perfectly baked butterscotch chocolate cake is ready to be served, and you can thank me later.